And Josh has never let that one drop, so I don't think they have that in common. Hey y'all, it's Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video, we're going to be doing the Love Hearts book tag. Alright, so before you get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments, what is your go-to romance book recommendation? Alright, so this is a tag, but I wanted to do this one on this day specifically because it is actually Josh and Maya's anniversary, so it just felt very apt to have this tag come out today, where I'm going to be talking about romance books. This tag was originally created by 𝗖cie Reading, and I'll put a link to their video in the description down below. I, however, was tagged by Mimi, and I'll put a link to her video in the cards up above. Love her so much. She is adorable. Please go give her a follow. So let's dive right into the questions. First up, I love you. What is your all-time favorite romance book? I don't appreciate this question. This is so mean to start this tag out this way. I do think I would probably have to say Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is one of the few romance books that I have reread numerous times. I've pulled out certain sections to reread it whenever I am in the mood for it. I just love this book. Part of it is probably down to the fact that Gus very much reminds me of my own significant other, but at the same time, I just love the character work in this story. I love the depth that is explored in January with her background, with the complicated relationship she is now dealing with because of her father's passing. I love the writing angle of it. I adore the fact that both of these characters are giant bookworms. Like, there's just everything in this book that I love. I really appreciate a good forced proximity since they are neighbors. It has a little bit of like an enemies to lovers feel because they were academic rivals, but mostly just in January's brain when they were in college. And then at the same time, it also kind of has a second chance romance vibe because they had this like one night of something in college, but never really acted on it. And now they're forced together by circumstances. It's just so good. There's so much passion. There's so much chemistry. There's so much tension. Definitely, I would have to say Beach Read. Next question. Be happy. What is a book that makes you incredibly happy every time you read it? Oh, that's a hard one. Because a lot of them, honestly. I mean, if I'm reading a romance book, I want it to make me happy. I actually initially had a different book, but this one just came to mind and I realized it's sort of perfect. You Deserve Each Other by 𝗖cie RH. This was one of the first romance books I read, and I loved it. 𝗖cie RH is like peak rom-com. Her comedy style has to work for you. If it doesn't, you're not gonna enjoy this. But I think it was Chandler Ainsley who said this like kind of reads like a thriller, but the protagonist and the antagonists are the main couple because it's a second chance romance while still being engaged, and then things get even more entertaining given the fact that the heroine character is trying to make the hero break up with her. He just doubles down. He is continuing to show that he cares about her and is trying to make this relationship work. It is so fun. It is so cute. Anytime I think about this book, it brings a smile to my face. It is so entertaining. It's so silly, but it's really sweet at the same time. Just, yeah, this one definitely makes me so freaking happy. Next question. Date me. A book character that you would date. Literally, like I just said, Gus in Beach Read, very, very reminiscent of Josh. Part of why I love this book so much, because the hero literally makes me think of my own significant other. But I do actually have a different answer for this as well, because Beck from For You and No One Else by Ronnie Lauren, scarily like Josh. Literally everything we learn about him is so similar to my boyfriend, excluding two elements. One, he has a Beastie Boys t-shirt. Josh, not a fan. Two, Beck escaped a cult, and Josh has never let that one drop, so I don't think they have that in common. Everything else though, it's like weirdly perfect. From their jobs, their hobbies, their tastes in food and drink, their fashion, everything about this character, so similar to Josh. It was kind of scary when I was reading it. Next question. Would you date a non-reader? Yes, because when Josh and I first started dating, he wasn't really much of a reader anymore. He was very much a video game person. However, I have been getting him into reading more. We started out with the Murderbot series and he really loved it to the point where we binged all of them. Now I've recently introduced him to some horror books on audio and he's really been enjoying those as well. I kind of am turning him into a reader. Next question. What's your favorite romantic setting in romance books and what would be your ideal date? Favorite setting? I guess I'm gonna say like something bookstore reminiscent. I do tend to love any sort of a bookstore setting for a romance book. I mean, hearing that kind of instantly interests me and makes me add it to my TBR. But I also think I could say the Ren Fair for the Well Met series because it's pretty original. It's also super romantic and how it's utilized in some of these books. So another one I would definitely recommend. I would love to find more romance books set at a Ren Fair. As for the second half of this question, what would be my ideal date? One Josh and I have done numerous times, going to get sushi, gorging ourselves, finishing it off with boba, going to a bookstore. And like I said, we have done that numerous times. Next question. Kiss me, your favorite romantic scene from a book? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, okay. As per usual, I have two. So first, I would definitely say the confrontation scene in Vampires of El Norte, whenever Nena and Nestor just finally have it out and like let out all of the emotions they've been holding in for like up until this point. And then of course things like explode in a fiery rage of passion. Oh my God, so good, so good. This is a scene I've gone back to reread because it's just delicious. But also, I will say, one of my all-time favorite grand gesture moments is Yes and I Love You by Ronnie Lauren. It's very reminiscent of Mallrats, and with everything going on in the story that these characters have to work through, like it makes that scene so much more impactful and like it matters so much to these characters. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. This is a criminally underrated romance series on BookTube. I highly recommend. Please read them. They are delicious. Next question. Let's party. Which 3 book characters would you invite to a party and why? Oh, I know. We're gonna go here. Oh, that's kind of ironic. I've pulled out literally every book in this series. That's funny. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Cletus from Beard Science by Penny Reed, Alex from After Hours on Milagro Street by Angelina M. Lopez, and then Andy from What If You and Me by Ronnie Lauren. Andy, Anxious Bean, has lived a very interesting life. Also, just so many similar interests that I feel like we would have a lot of fun talking about true crime things and hauntings and cryptids, all that sort of stuff. Alex, Loudmouth, would definitely call out some BS, but at the same time, like, be such a good hype woman for you. Cletus, weird, funny, also kind of an evil genius, would also probably have lots of interesting facts about true crime to discuss. I just feel like these 3 characters would be so interesting and also kind of like 3 of my favorite people. Having them all together, that sounds like a really good time to me. Next question. You rock, a romance book you would recommend to everyone. Oh, okay. That's hard. That's a hard one. Like, part of me wants to say Yes and I Love You by Ronnie Lauren because, again, criminally underrated. Very, very much enjoy. But I could see this being too heavy for some people and also a little too long because it is on the chunkier side for a romance book. As much as I love Emily Henry, I feel like she's pretty divisive and Ronnie Lauren kind of like falls in the same line with her. Actually, you know what? I wasn't thinking of this one, but I think I'm gonna say Well Matched by Jen DeLuca. This is my favorite of the series. It's got a great combination of tropes. It's got very well written characters who really do hop off the page and play off each other so well. They've got phenomenal chemistry. There's lots of tension that builds up because of April's hesitancy towards getting in a relationship with a younger man, but they are both so caring of one another. Don't think this book fell into the trap of having certain very easy issues to cause the third act drama. I think I'm gonna say Well Matched by Jen DeLuca would be probably a go-to romance book I could recommend to pretty much anybody who reads romance. Next question. Be Mine. What is a book that you really want to read/own? I'm gonna go with the rest of the Last Binding trilogy by Freya Marsk, seeing as how that is currently standing as my top books of the year, and I currently only own the first one, unfortunately. And then final question. Tag some booktubers that you love. Well, first off, I am of course gonna tag Shay because I love her dearly. And also she has recently made a booktube specific channel and this way I'm giving her some easy content. Second, I would also say Sam Edgar-Freeds. I feel like Sam and I tend to have very similar feelings on romance books, so I would love to see her answers to some of these and possibly take some recommendations from them. And on a very similar note, I'm also going to say Jess at Books Past Bedtime because I also want to see Jess's recommendations for these, but I feel like she's probably going to have like all queer recommendations. And as much as my TBR might complain, I would really enjoy that. So I'm gonna tag those 3 wonderful ladies. I'll put links to all of them in the description down below. Highly recommend giving all of them a follow. And on that note, that is officially it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me some sort of a heart emoji down in the comments. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!